White Scott Chicago, only way to keep calm is trouble worse after spring minded. You know, every time the sun rises, things like just beginning out here at the Riverwalk, 72 degrees. You got a lot of stuff happening. Spring is here, you know, good weather's coming. You got the Rosemont got the beauty convention coming up, hair beauty convention. Yeah, I'm out here wearing the world like a loose garment, staying in prayer, meditating. Enjoying, you know, riding the bike every day. Like I said, been on the bike 2 straight years, haven't missed a day. So 2 straight years, repetition. If you can't enjoy reading the book over and over again, there's no reading the book at all. So repetition. Book box counsel teach a wise man how to live. You know, how to live. A wise man fun of being wise. A fool's fun is being bad. You know, difference between I was a playboy once upon a time. You know, that's why they call it playboy, because he in the games. But I wanted to be a wise man. You know, wise man fun is being wise. A fool's fun is being bad. You know, I don't have to chase nothing outside me. You know. Such a devotion to chasing and soaring thing leads to excitement. So happiness comes from within. Not only other world, but enjoy the pain, enjoy luxury thoughts. So sorrow looks back, worry looks around, faith looks up. So I look up to my God. You know, God can be a shield, no problem to work in army. The peace that comes from God now, it's not gonna come from Disneyland. They change words on you. Peace that comes from God pass all. God can be a shield, no problem to work in army. So I use prayer. You know, I pray to be calm and let nothing upset me. I pray to not allow those about me spoil my peace of mind. I pray to be calm amidst the storm. I pray to have no fear. Fear is evil. Fear is a dark word of negatives. You know, they use fear to control the world. So, yeah, I trust in God. God, you know, God has answered my problems. You know, if your happiness depends on money, you'll never be happy with yourself. You know, so the Cash App guy, he got killed and stuff. Now you got the Feds finna have a thing. You know, so. A lot of stuff going on. Wickedness in high places. So don't sleepwalk. Stay woke. You know, legalize marijuana. You know, like I said, legalize marijuana to hypnotize the mind. You know, so yeah. So I'm in the greatest city of Chicago. I'm in Chicago, this city of Al Capone, which is a bootlegger. That's what the Kennedys also was a bootlegger too. It's, you know, one of the Kennedys, and the government took Al Capone was the bootlegger, and it was illegal to drink alcohol back in 1929 during the Great Depression days, which made $250 billion last year. That's why we're talking about game recognized game. Just like the policy number, which the Illinois State Lottery was for the Jones family, the government took it from the Jones brother, and they made the Illinois State Lottery. I've been gambling 34 years, haven't drinking 34 years, haven't smoked a joint 34 years. So a man is rich and affords the things he can afford to leave alone. So it's cool to be a square. The slow lane is the best lane. We got a speed race that's finna come up. You know, God is you know, and all you're doing is be patient, be guided on the right course. So we got some races coming up. Speed racing in Chicago, first time in history. Yeah, but today I ain't gotta be in speed. I used to be in speed. Instant rich one night stands. You know, trapped in illusion. So we got the train. The train is always, it's like the world. Hit by a train is not the last car that caboose and kills a person. It's always the first car, the engine that kills a person. And it's the first drink or drug that sets off phenomenal craving. That means the person wants more. Then it goes into obsession. That's a thought that blocks out all other thoughts. Like 6 years, the obsession was Trump. And you know, when you hate something, you draw that towards you, whether it's a dog. You hate dogs every time you see a dog. Analogy is once you put in, you can't stop. So man is a rich poor thing, so don't watch the news, you know what I'm saying? And what's the difference between a Democrat and Republican? It's the same old soup just warmed up, you know. So it's said a dollar bill, in God we trust. So I'm out here moving around, like I say, body has to move a half an hour, 5 days a week. So I move my body 7 days a week. And I keep my meditations going back into Zen and the martial arts, which you know, let your mind flow. The mind must always be in a state of flow, and for when it stops anywhere, the flow is interrupted, and this interruption is injures the well-being of the mind. Second part of meditation says, flow with whatever may happen, let your mind be free. My grandmother told me something when she said, Michael, I was jumping on jets. I wore Italian-made suits, trying to dance like Fred Astaire. And she said, Michael, a bird can fly so high, but it must come down to get its food. So you stay humble, you won't crumble. Humility. Though a man knows much by himself, he studies the test of a learned man. You know, good people walks on whatever happens to them. Good people yearn for pleasure. The wise and so changes, highs or lows, whether touched by happiness or by sorrow. So I don't have to be happy on Christmas, sad on Valentine's Day, mean on Halloween. So he that cannot do the bad, but not live to see the good. He is wise to do it all the pains of life and still smiles and serenity. Also, when you care about people's approval, you become their prisoner. What you think of yourself is much more important than what they think about you. So today, I have self-esteem. I don't seek the applause of the world. I go opposite the world, you know. So Mike Scott, cool to be a square, Paul for the penitentiary, educate the mind, read a book, pray and meditate.